Hello gamers, this is Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at unfinished areas in Stalker 2. I'm using a mod that I got off Nexus made by Cranchbluewolf. It's called UETools, and it essentially exposes Unreal Engine cheats that have been there since the Unreal Tournament days. It's funny how there's some Unreal Tournament DNA in the game. I'm using the Ghost cheat to fly all around the world without collision. I'm using slow-mo to fly really fast. Unfortunately, this changes the day-night cycle really quickly. I'm using walk to, well, sometimes walk inside the buildings. And I'm using God mode to not be killed by the enemies that the ally tries to spawn on top of my face, try and entertain me. So here's the CNPP, but this is not going to be the only thing we're going to be looking at. We see the Stalkers just tweaking out as they would. There's a bunch of meshes on top of the CNPP roof, but don't expect this kind of detail from the rest of the unavailable locations. Yeah, it's incredible stuff that they've added this many meshes here. I guess the intent was to make this area playable, explorable, make it a part of a quest. There is the fucking helicopter from the Shadow of Chernobyl times. Fucking spawns dogs on top of my face. Love it. CNPP unfortunately is pretty empty on the inside. There's no wish granter. There's no graphite on the roof. There's no monolith. There's nothing like that. But the amount of detail of the actual landscape of the buildings, even though they're empty, the buildings are still here and pretty accurate to the, I'm not saying the real life, but the game itself, like the OG generators, for example, not as OG as the builds of Shadow of Chernobyl, but pretty OG to the actual game. The back area that you see in the first two games, and the front area that you only see in Shadow of Chernobyl. We got the this body of water here that you'll actually never be able to see. It's funny how they went the extra mile to actually model all this stuff. And let's keep going here. Here's the Chais Stella. I think it's Stella. That's the right word for it, if I'm not mistaken. So the Strelok, as you play as the Strelok, you go over this bridge. You go all the way out here, knife the fucking BTR, or whatever it's called, and then make your way into the CNPP. Really cool. Would really love to see it in the game. Unfortunately, it's not there, and hopefully it will be. Will end up being in the game either through the mods or through official DLCs, which is, I think, what's actually gonna happen. They're just gonna they're not just gonna leave this be here. They're gonna use it in the DLCs. According to the leaks, they really wanted to use it in the game, but I suppose that they just didn't have enough time to implement this stuff in. Same goes for the Iron Forest location. Don't really see a lot of gameplay value here, because it's just woods and the electrical infrastructure that sparks lightning. Pretty atmospheric, but don't really see too much gameplay value here, like I said. Maybe there would be some base, some quests to do, some anomalies to explore, but right now it's unfinished, and fair enough, right? Fair enough. Really cool stuff to see. Let's take a look at the next thing in Pripyat. Now, I really don't want to mention the leaks, but in the leaks there were more than 4 regions of the city. So here's the first region, the second, the third, or rather district, the central district, but in the north there's 2 more. And we can take a look at them in a second. You know what, I'm actually just gonna pause. And I'm back in the game. There's still some fighting going on in Pripyat. Right behind the Ferris wheel, we got the next, I guess, district of Pripyat, where we have the football field and various buildings of, I guess, various stages of completion. That's actually nice to see in the distance here, right? The roofs are pretty modeled, I'd say. We got the streets and everything. Really cool stuff. But actually, let's take a second to drop down with the UETools walk command. Go back into the ghost command. Alright. Go back into the ghost command and see this beautiful city a little closer. Let's take a look at this building. I think this is supposed to be the elementary school. I might be wrong. Inside the building, or rather buildings, we got some meshes. We got the trash collection pipe, and we got some doors. Pretty high poly for what they are. Same goes for some of the window frames. Oh man, like here for example, right? Yeah, they really wanted to have it be in the game. Unfortunately, it's not there. Fair enough, right? Game development is an incredibly hard thing. It's incredibly hard to ship something this big, and it's already big. This is where you'd see the controller, I think, in Call of Pripyat, where you get the quest to find the wounded soldier or like lost soldier. Here's another building. By the lack of the windows, I can already judge that it's going to be totally empty inside, unlike the buildings over here with the trash and with the pipes and the doors. Oh man, they even bothered with the bathroom tiles. Nice, good stuff. So there's this location, and I really hope that it's gonna make it into the game later, either through mods or through whatever DLCs we may get. Right now, some of these are just empty meshes rather. But who knows? Who the hell knows? And it's out here. It's right out here. And you know what? Now we're heading this way. Since we're heading this way, rather, let's check out the next cool thing. While it's still daytime, guess what this is? Any Call of Pripyat fans will immediately know that here you'd see some bandits over here in this area. Here you'd see, here you get an artifact by walking on this ledge over here and dropping down and taking the hit, taking the health tax. And here's the Jupiter. Here's the building. We can see through the collapsed roof that there's some meshes inside, some containers. Earlier, over there, I saw a helicopter. Really cool stuff. That's the helicopter that the colonel was supposed to take a look at during the game, investigate and stuff. Here's the famous building with the exposed stairway. Incredible stuff. And the interiors are there. We got the high poly count columns. We got a lot of stuff. We got the texturing. Everything is there, ready to be used in future DLCs, future mods, and everything like that. We got this. We got stairs and this railing over here. So you can tell this was intended to be in the game, but left unfinished. Either due to time constraints or just maybe it just ended up being too much of a scope creep, right? Because you can't really get too far on just remaking the locations. You want to add something new, and as much as I'd love to see the old locations come back, I'm not gonna see all of them come back, right? Fair enough. Maybe in the DLC. Let's take a look at one more good location from the Call of Pripyat days. The real fans will probably know what this is gonna be. Let's just increase the speed just a tad bit. Oh, we got some station over here. I don't think this is playable area. No, this probably is actually. Never mind. Let's keep moving that way and get here. Guess what this is? This is the way to the Oasis. You'd walk over here, fight through the rats, through the Tushkanos, whatever they're called. And yeah, the puzzle is not functioning, but you can see that this area is more or less done. I mean, yeah, obviously a lot of things are missing, but the geometry is here. Some of the detailing is here, like for example this fan kind of fell off. So there was, you can clearly see the intent to bring this location to life, but the lack of either time, resources, money, or just people to make it a reality, unfortunately, yeah, left us with an unfinished location that's just not usable at all, unfortunately. But it is what it is. At least it's there, and that means it will be hopefully used for something. I would hope so. Last thing I'd love to take a look at is the fan favorite Limansk. And that'll be the end of the video, I think. After that. There's the bridge to Limansk, and there's Limansk itself. Well, not too much of it. There's only like 6 or 7 buildings or something like that. They're pretty detailed for what they are, which is they're just background elements. There's some room separation inside, but all of this obviously either placeholder or just there for show, right? Too detailed for show. Back in the old games, you travel all the way out to the out of bounds areas of the map, and you'd see like incredibly low poly models, but this is a little bit too high poly for something to be kept in the background. Maybe nanite is this cool. I don't even know whether it's used in this game, but maybe it is, and maybe it's that cool. I mentioned the leaks before, and the leaks say that Limansk can be a DLC. Who knows? Only the future will tell. But yeah, you know what? I believe that's it for this video. I haven't seen too much of anything else. Didn't really look too much past Cordon. North of Circa, there's a lot of foliage. Extends all the way up to the edge of the map. But it's just foliage, it's just landscape. It's pretty high detailed when you get close to it, but it unloads from your memory as long as once you get far away from it. So there's that. Hopefully we'll see something in the future. Would love to see new locations, even though the world is already kind of freaking massive and beautiful. But maybe it's a more is better type of thing. We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, we'll need the CNPP and the Iron Forest and the Jupiter. Actually, you know what? I'd love to see everything. But that's going to be the end of this video. Thanks for sticking around. This is my first video for the dishwasher gaming. Anyways, just click off, dude. Just click off. Bye.